The Time I Overcame My Fear. Chapter 1. The Fear That Held Me Back. Hey everyone. Today I want to share a personal story about the time I faced a fear that used to paralyze me. Like many of you, I had a fear that followed me everywhere: public speaking. Just the thought of standing in front of a group made my heart race, my palms sweat, and my voice tremble. It wasn't just uncomfortable, it felt impossible. Chapter 2. The Moment I Couldn't Avoid. One day, during a meeting at work, my manager asked me to present a project to the entire team. I couldn't say no. It was my responsibility. I felt like the ground was crumbling beneath me. A voice in my head kept whispering, "What if you mess up? What if you forget everything?" Chapter 3. The Turning Point. Instead of letting that fear consume me, I decided to face it head on. The night before the presentation, I grabbed a sheet of paper and wrote down everything I wanted to say, clear and simple. Then I practiced in front of a mirror. It felt awkward, even silly, but it gave me a sense of control, like building a ladder to climb over a wall. Chapter 4. The Moment of Truth. The next day, the time had come. As I stood in front of the team, my hands were shaking, but I took a deep breath and started speaking. The first few seconds were shaky, but then something amazing happened. I noticed people listening, nodding, even smiling. With each sentence, I felt my confidence grow. It was as if my fear was melting away, replaced by determination. Chapter 5. The Inner Victory. When I finished, there was a brief pause. Then applause. I couldn't believe it. But the real victory wasn't the applause. It was the overwhelming pride I felt for confronting my fear and coming out stronger on the other side. Chapter 6. The Transformation. Since that day, I haven't completely erased my fear of public speaking, but I've learned to manage it. It's like taming a wild horse. It takes effort, but once you find balance, you can ride with confidence. I realized fear isn't a wall. It's just a challenge waiting to be conquered. Chapter 7. Your turn. Now, let me ask you, what fear is holding you back? Whatever it is, I encourage you to take the first step. Prepare yourself, take a deep breath, and face it. Every fear you overcome is a step toward a stronger, more confident version of yourself. If this story resonates with you, share your experiences in the comments. Your story could inspire someone else to take their first step.